Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Live at 5 o'clock, we are tracking the COVID-19 vaccine here in Metro Detroit. Where are the vaccines? Where are they needed? And what exactly do you need to know?
The official beginning of the statewide election audit started today. Coming up, we'll take you inside the process this morning.
All right, Grant, but we're going to begin in Washington, where, as promised, House Democrats launched a two-pronged strategy aimed at getting President Trump out of office now before the end of his term.
The White House has stayed very quiet over the past 48 hours, but it's been very busy in Congress.
Now let's get you caught up as we hit the 5 o'clock hour. In a letter, Democratic leaders gave Vice President Mike Pence basically a 24-hour ultimatum to invoke the 25th Amendment, removing the president from office. If that doesn't happen, they plan to fast-track the impeachment process. Alice Barr following it all in Washington, along with new images of the siege on the Capitol. Alice.
Devin and Kimberly, we're getting a clearer picture of just how much worse the situation at the Capitol could have been. And Democrats hope that will bring more Republicans around to take action against President Trump. As more shocking images and accounts emerge from last week's siege on the Capitol, pressure is mounting to hold President Trump accountable for his role in inciting the deadly violence. Today, back in the building where they were attacked by a pro-Trump mob, House Democrats formally introduced one article of impeachment, incitement of insurrection.
We cannot simply let this go because we can never heal as a nation if we don't have justice first.
It comes after Republicans sidelined a resolution calling on Vice President Mike Pence to replace the president under the 25th Amendment.
I object.
Sources familiar tell NBC News the vice president is unlikely to act, increasing the emphasis on impeachment with a vote as early as Wednesday. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she has the votes to impeach, writing, quote, "The president's threat to America is urgent, and so too will be our action," and telling CBS's 60 Minutes.
He has done something so serious that there should be prosecution against him.
Beyond impeachment, Democrats hope to block President Trump from ever holding public office again. But they're hoping for bipartisan support, with only a few Republican backers so far.
I actually do believe that the president has disqualified himself.
The Republican-controlled Senate is in recess until January 19th, the day before President-elect Joe Biden's inauguration. All 100 senators would have to agree to come back early, and that's unlikely to happen, setting up the possibility of an impeachment trial after President Trump has already left office. In Washington, Alice Barr, Local 4.
Okay, Alice, ahead on Local 4 News at 6, lawmakers exposed to COVID while isolated during Wednesday's attack. What members of the Michigan delegation have to say about this week as they wait for their results.
And now to the coronavirus and today's numbers. The state reports 4,536 new cases over the past 2 days. That averages out to a little less than 2,300 cases per day. The state also reports 47 new deaths from COVID-19 over that same 2-day period. And as the state begins a new phase in vaccinating seniors 65 and up, we're getting new numbers on the vaccine here in Michigan.
As of today, a little more than 584,000 doses have been delivered to our state, with about 233,000 shots so far going into arms.
And demand to get the vaccine was so high it crashed Beaumont's scheduling system over the weekend.
Now that system is back up and running, but there are still big concerns about the supply of vaccines. So we bring in Sean Lay. Sean, big concerns over day one of this new phase.
Breathtaking as this changes hour by hour today, Devin and Kimberly. Good evening to you. We're tracking the vaccine for you. Late today, the governor saying that she wants the state to purchase 100,000 doses of vaccine. As you mentioned, demand far outweighing supply, especially here locally. We'll dig into that. Beaumont Health System also ready to vaccinate tens of thousands of people if they can just get the doses in. Big news from Beaumont Health tonight. It needs 34,000 COVID-19 vaccine doses.
I need that much vaccine to keep going.
Or it will run out by next Tuesday. So many people signed up for vaccinations over the weekend with their Beaumont providers. Chief Operating Officer Carolyn Wilson had to give the order to increase computer server capacity on the fly. And they did.
What I say to them is, I need everybody to be able to get onto their My Beaumont chart and make this appointment, make that work for us. And so they tripled our capacity over the weekend.
Last week,
we had more vaccine and more nurses ready to give it than we had arms.
This week,
now we have lots of arms and we need more vaccine.
The Beaumont Service Center in Southfield can vaccinate 3,000 people a day. Beaumont is ready to add more sites north and south to expand coverage. It needs to hear from the state that more vaccines are on the way.
So our concern is that the state is now sending vaccine to so many locations that we're worried that there could be some vaccine in freezers not being given. And we have the capacity and the people, right? And so part of it is the state figuring out how many locations to send vaccine to and will they all give it in a timely way.
Interesting talk there with Beaumont COO Carolyn Wilson. She's also an RN. She herself has been administering vaccine the last 2 to 3 weeks. She says firsthand how vital this moment really is. Also, Beaumont moving ahead with expanding to additional vaccine sites, at least 2, one north, one south, to handle 50,000 people a week. But that's only if the state is able to deliver those doses. We dig down deeper tonight at 6 o'clock, guys. Which county has vaccines, which ones don't, and what the major concerns are as we stand here right now.
Yeah. Okay, Sean, we appreciate it, and we'll talk to you a little bit later. And as you just heard from Sean, Beaumont isn't the only place concerned about getting enough of the vaccine. Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle is sharing those same concerns, and he will be live tomorrow morning at 6:30 on Local 4 News Today to talk about that and what the county is doing to get as many shots in arms as it can. In this election, what used to be routine procedures have taken on an intense amount of scrutiny.
And that includes what started today in Lansing, where state officials began an audit of Michigan's election results. We get to Grant Herms, but Grant, they will not be going through every single ballot, correct?
That's right. It's not every single ballot. We'll kind of walk you through how that works. It is sort of a complicated process, but this audit is the same one that the state has done before. It's the same one that they said they were going to do. The only major difference here is that no doubt the results of this audit will be under intense scrutiny.
This is the start of Michigan's statewide election audit, beginning with the roll of a 10-sided die. Election workers and employees rolling the die to choose 20 numbers that will go through random number generating software to choose ballots to be inspected and audited. In all, more than 18,000 ballots will be used for what the state calls a risk-limiting audit. The ballots will be hand-counted by clerks from both parties. The audit is routine, but will be under heavy scrutiny this year after repeated false claims that Michigan's election was fraudulent or riddled with problems. In a statement today, Secretary of State Jocelyn Benson saying the audit arms us with the facts and data needed to not only confirm the election results, but to restore faith in our elections and our democracy as a whole.
I was an IT worker on the stage. I was working with Dominion.
The results of the election, specifically surrounding those tallied using the voting software from Dominion Voting Systems, took center stage during an unhinged hearing about false election claims. Those claims focused on Antrim County, where a human error initially changed several thousand votes for Trump to Biden. It was corrected and isolated to that county, and a hand count audit of Antrim County already done last month revealed the count was intact and only 12 votes were given back to the president, who won the county by more than 4,000.
Now, once those random ballots are chosen and the clerks are notified that those are the ballots that they'll be auditing, they'll have 2 weeks to finish this statewide audit. In the meantime, Dominion Voting Systems is suing several attorneys who filed lawsuits, including here in Michigan, saying that their voting systems somehow rigged the election. Now, that lawsuit has not extended to Melissa Corona, who you saw there in that hearing. Dominion said that she really didn't have anything to do with their software. She was essentially hired for a 24-hour period to clean the glass here at the TCF Center when they counted those ballots. They did say, however, that she should expect imminent legal action.
You got it. All right, Grant Herms reporting for us on this audit that's just now underway. All right, thanks, Grant. And today, the Michigan Capitol Commission voted unanimously to ban the open carry of guns inside the Capitol.
And that comes just days after the siege at the U.S. Capitol and months since a group armed with assault rifles made their way inside the state capitol in Lansing. Let's get to Rod Maloney. He's live for us tonight. Rod, now there are questions surrounding whether that decision holds any weight.
After months of debate and research, the little-known Capitol Commission, in charge of the Capitol building itself, unanimously said no to open-carry firearms inside like we saw last year. Commissioner William Cantor said the panel used Attorney General Dana Nessel's opinion of earlier last year, saying the commission has the authority.
The extreme limit of our real authority to actually implement something was to implement a ban on open carry. We have no authority to implement the infrastructure to go beyond that at this point.
There are, of course, exceptions. Michigan State Police, Capitol Security, legislative sergeants-at-arms, properly identified law enforcement, and persons with valid concealed pistol licenses issued by any state. Response came quickly, though. New Speaker of the House Jason Wentworth's office disagreed. Quote, "The Speaker is grateful for the work of the Capitol Commission, but it does not have the authority to set policy in the Capitol. The Speaker will be looking for options for handling that moving forward." In order to ensure there is no confusion in the Capitol, Speaker Wentworth asks everyone to respect the Michigan State Police and the rules they enforce. Attorney General Dana Nessel said in part, quote, "It's only a single step down the long path of reforms that are necessary to make our legislators, state employees, and visitors safe in our state capitol. Only banning open carry does little to meaningfully improve the safety and security," end quote.
Now, the governor weighed in as well. She said the Capitol Commission's action to ban open carry guns at the Capitol is a good start, but more action is needed. She said she was hopeful that the Capitol Commission will recognize the need for further action. Back to you.
So, Rod, did the Senate Majority Leader weigh in at all on this?
As a matter of fact, he did, and I got a statement from the office. And what he said was that the Majority Leader respects the decision of the commission and supports the ban on open carry inside the building. But whether the House Speaker might take this to court remains a question that we're going to have to see down the line.
And we will be following it. Rod Maloney, we appreciate it so much.
We've got much more to come on this Monday. Let's get our first check-in with Ben.
Hi, Devin and Kim. We apparently have spent our sunshine allowance, and now we're back to clouds. But low impact through the first part of the week. It's the weekend when things are going to get very active, and we'll talk about that straight ahead.
Okay, Ben. And the local defenders take you inside the investigation that took down someone who they say was ripping off the unemployment system. And it wasn't just in Michigan either. Victor.
It's the preliminary hearing for a man who's accused of beating a man at a nursing home. You're not going to want to miss the account coming from witnesses in just a few minutes.